Introducing the Liberty Laptop, your gateway to online anonymity. Engineered with your privacy in mind, the Liberty Laptop comes equipped with cutting-edge security features, ensuring that your data remains yours and yours alone. No more worries about your personal information being shared without consent. Say goodbye to prying eyes and third-party snoops. Enjoy your online freedom with advanced privacy settings, protecting your every digital move, all at your fingertips. With the Liberty Laptop, you control what others see and don't see. We customize your privacy settings and let only what matters most to you be shared. No more concerns about unwarranted surveillance. We put the power back in your hands. No unwanted access through the laptop's camera and microphone. Powered by the latest technology, the Liberty Laptop ensures performance while respecting your personal boundaries. The Liberty Laptop. Your control. Your privacy. Your world. Visit calyxsolutions.io to experience true personal freedom today.
And we are live. Good morning, everybody. It's your favorite truck driver in the whole wide world, ex-truck driver in the whole wide world, Bitcoin Ben. Now, my friend and partner, Patrick, out of the retirement home and hair just looking as wonderful as ever. Screw you, Patrick. And what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm having fun. I'm excited about Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right. You got the whole freaking gang heading down, don't you?
Well, no. It's just son, daughter-in-law, grandson, and her parents. So it's going to be quiet. It's going to be small. Yeah. It'll be nice. We've had as many as like 16 folks over, 18 once. Yeah. So, this is low key by comparison, which is okay. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's you hang out with the fam and you hear all of the drama and you figure out like what's going on. And pretty soon you guys are going to have a little baby in the family.
Yeah, fourth grandson. But that's one of the reasons that it's small is she's a little bit older, and she's apprehensive about opening the petri dish up to a few more folks. So that one was brought to the fore, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, you don't. Especially nowadays, it's you worry about her catching a cold or something. Even a cold right now, where she's at in her pregnancy. Not that it's gonna hurt her, but it would be a lot more uncomfortable for her. Because last night when we were out having margaritas. I think you said she's probably going to have it in a few weeks or so.
Yeah, they're talking a little bit over 2 weeks, and it was supposed to be December 23rd, but they're going, because you're a little bit older, we're not going to wait as long. And he's big. He's big at 28 weeks. He was big.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, not your nephew big, but he was big.
Yeah. For those of you who I've never said this before, my nephew in 1990, I think he was born in 94, 95 or something like that. He was 14 pounds. One baby, 14 pounds. Oh, I felt sorry for his mom. She was massive. I mean,
Mom, how about Dad?
Well, I felt more sorry for her than I did for him because
he's your brother.
Yeah. It's like, hey, good job. You got a fat baby. And I mean, he was healthy and all that. He was just giant.
Yeah.
And,
More chins than a Chinese phone book.
Oh, absolutely. And when we walked in to like see him in the, I guess you call it like the oven room or wherever where they keep him in the back or something, that he made every other kid look like a Barbie doll. It was like he was so big. All right, Patrick, there's a few things I want to talk about. Number one, Texas officially purchases the Bitcoin yesterday and puts it in their reserve. This is state number one that has officially purchased and put in their reserves. And I think they put, what was it, $10 million? And of course, I think they bought it last week. Last week when it was down. So they were waiting to buy the dip. No. And so I think we have 8 states that now have legislation that they can hold it in their reserves. And this is the very first one that has acted on it. Do you think that now the Texas is in, do you think that will kind of give a green light or let other states actually buy since someone else already did it?
Oh yeah. There are going to be a number that do buy it, and then there are going to be a number that go, we're not buying it. We're not going to be like Texas. We're too progressive. We could never do anything like that.
Yeah,
like the New Jerseys of the world. Let me put it that way.
New Jerseys and New York, and it just shows you how this is rolling out. We are now, and when I say we, I mean the Bitcoin community, we are now going kind of mainstream because Texas holds, they hold oil, they hold gold, and I want to say they hold one more thing. I think it's wheat or corn or something in a physical reserve. And well, if you think about it, it makes sense because Texas, like size-wise, that's a big-ass state.
Oh, yeah.
And they're always saying, we're going to secede. We're going to, every person in Texas has a reason why they should secede,
Yep. Yeah.
And now they're holding the Bitcoin. And it just shows you how large of a deal that this is going to be. Because as it's accepted over and over and over again, now, mind you, this is not Texas's, only buy. All right. They aren't going to go, all right, we're done. We're good. No, they plan on, if I read it right, they planned on actually buying every quarter. And so this was their first quarter allocation. Because I think they also do that with gold every quarter. So I mean, it just
makes sense. It makes sense. I know, and it's one thing to hold it as a reserve. It's another thing to accept it as a form of payment for fines and accounts receivable. Arizona, for instance, it was vetoed by Hobbs, Governor Hobbs, the corrupt Governor Hobbs.
What?
Oh, yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not to burst your bubble. She vetoed the legislation that would have made Arizona one of the states that accepted Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a form of payment for any of their receivables and for fines. So you got to pay your tax bill. You could do it in Bitcoin. You could do it in whatever cryptocurrency. I think they had like 5 or 6. And she said, no, we're not going to do that. Well, why would you do that other than to be a contrarian?
Yeah, it's well, they know that as this is implemented and as it works its way through the system, it replaces their system. Well, like I said yesterday, is this is the new reserve of the globe,
right?
Because even Russia and Putin and South Korea, El Salvador, a lot of countries in like South America, they're all there's a lot of them in South America that are basically going to rinse and repeat what El Salvador does.
Sure.
Because they realize, I mean, the European Union announced yesterday that they were looking to freeze Russian assets. You want to push a country into fucking Bitcoin? That's how you do it.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, it's that's why the progressives, the liberals, because they're not about LGHGWQ or whatever the fuck it is. They don't care about black lives. It's about controlling the black lives and the white lives and the Asian lives and all the other lives using their system, because that's what government is. It's just a control system. And I mean, we, and this is what frustrates the piss out of me. We pay taxes and it goes to a corrupt mafia that we call the federal government. If you look at what a government is, it's just the largest and most powerful mafia. That's it. Now, we think that we elect, someone going to change the government. Well, Trump learned real quick. If you elect the wrong person, government will just, and when I say government, I mean bureaucrats, will just say, oh, hang on, guys. Let's put everything on pause until we get this asshole out of office. Then once he's out, we'll crank up the old engine and, get it rolling again.
Right, exactly.
And I mean, it's how do you see this rolling out over the next 3 years of Trump's administration? Are you starting to see kind of light at the end of the tunnel, or are you just like it is a dark hole into hell, and we're basically just going to run down it?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't. There's not enough tea leaves for me to to read at this point. There's some legislation that's supposedly they're working on for crypto clarity, and I haven't seen it yet, and I haven't heard anything in terms of the feedback on it. The Senate's pushing something. I haven't seen it, so I don't know what that's going to provide. There's just not enough for me to hang my head on anything right now. I am hopeful that cryptos get a stronger foothold, and we might see another adjustment in the Fed rate. That would be good.
Let me jump in there real quick. You say it's good, which it will help the economy.
Yep.
Absolutely. But using the word good, because they really don't have a choice. It's either save the economy or destroy the dollar.
Right.
Because if you lower interest rates and the Federal Reserve is cranking out money, then we get inflation, which leads to us eventually. Because let's really be honest, we have a shit fucking dollar right now.
I don't disagree with that, but affordability for the average guy is not something that's really within grasp. I don't think.
No,
it's let alone reach. So, I think that would certainly calm things a bit. It's not as bad, I don't think, as the progressives are leading us to believe. Gasoline is dropping. So, and we know that fuel touches everything.
absolutely. It ripples.
Yeah. Its impact is felt everywhere. So gas goes up, your price of shipping, your price of your product, everything goes up because it's an element in the pricing figure. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Also, now this is some time out, but we're seeing an increase in the rare resources, the rare earth resources in Alaska. They're expanding the mining capabilities there. The U.S. is moving in a direction to be more self-sufficient and no longer relying on China, who has us by the shorties, as a result of short-sightedness on our part.
Was it short-sightedness or was it kind of the plan?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, from the environmentalist perspective, this was another mechanism for controlling what we impact the environment with. It also gave China control over the magnets and lithium and cadmium and a whole bunch of other things that are key for the manufacturing of military items. Your question is a good one. Was that part of the plan? I would say that it was.
Absolutely.
I don't think everybody was a willing participant from that perspective. I think in a lot of instances, we find ourselves being goaded by the environmentalists and the folks who they care about the environment. They care about Mother Earth. We can't.
They don't give a shit about.
There are some folks that do. There are some folks that do, and those are those are the ones that will throw themselves in front of a bus.
Yeah. It's never the leaders.
No,
of-
no. They always convince, yeah, they always convince somebody else to put themselves in harm's way,
yeah,
light themselves on fire, that kind of a thing.
exactly. It's exactly like Rush Limbaugh said. The green is just the new red. It's the communist movement launched the environmental movement because then once communism in the USSR kind of basically shit the bed, as communist countries do, they're like, oh, well, we will just enact global regulations because it's a global problem.
Yeah, through the UN. Very true. But on the other hand, I think that's coming out of the European center of communist concerns. I think what's coming out of the East is far more frightening in terms of the depth and the magnitude of their commitment to this and the paths that they've taken to make sure that these plans are enacted. This stuff started, I think, this stuff started. China began influencing and becoming somebody who was pushing policy for groups like the Sierra Club, and all of these other environmentalist organizations to put pressure on the U.S. government to start backing away from things that were seemingly a threat to the environment, simultaneously relinquishing control of portions of the military industrial complex that were necessary to keep ourselves in the number one slot when it comes to the technology, when it comes to having an inventory of weapons that are capable of providing us with the protection, both as a defensive weapon and an offensive weapon. We start looking at magnets. I mean, people go, what are magnets? Magnets control a crap load of stuff, man.
It's a big deal.
Amazingly, they do. And, drones now. There's been a shift within Pentagon to go from, we're having personnel operated devices to drones becoming attack elements. China's already implemented that policy.
Let's put it this way. The number one producer of drones is China. Number two is Ukraine. How the hell does that work?
I have a family member. His wife works as a recruiter for a Ukrainian company, and they're looking for drone operators, engineers that are drone operators on a grander scale, not just little Billy in his basement operating the stick. No, this is the hands-on development crap.
Yeah.
And yeah, big money.
Yes, he goes, hey, you keep on talking. I want to show people when we say drones, we ain't talking the little thing that
we're
you
not
got
talking about
nephew.
the ones like this. So she's been doing this for 24 months. She's been working as a headhunter for some time, and I just find it funny that she's a headhunter finding operators for drones. Who's really the headhunter? She's been doing this for 24 months and said that they can't get enough bodies to work her side of the fence to get people to work for this Ukrainian company. And on the other side, you know that the same thing's happening in Russia. That they're looking to Belarus, they're looking to any of the Middle East countries for technically apt personnel that can work their drones. And they're integrating these drones with AI. And that's going to be an absolutely frightening combination. You have drones that are not acting at the direction of human beings, but instead machine learning technology is driving what these things are doing. You want to talk about Starlink?
Oh yeah, it's. I want to show this real quick. This is a Chinese swarm, right? This has 8,000 drones, and they are coordinated using AI software.
Who's the poor sucker that has to change all those batteries?
Yeah, no shit. Now, did that not sound
evil? Yes.
Yes. And imagine that, because let's all remember, these do not run off of a remote control. These are satellite ran swarms. So imagine shit goes bad. And China, what was it? I saw it last week. They can have a shipload of these drones, and one battleship can hold 45,000 drones or something like that. It was fucking ridiculous. And each of these drones are explosives, where if you think a nuclear weapon would cause some destruction, imagine 45,000 of those just heading towards a town or a city. Or a great example would be New York. 45,000 of those would just decimate New York, because they could hit everything at once.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I mean, this is War of the Worlds. I mean, it's like, oh look, it's a bunch of little explosives flying around, waiting to fly into something. I mean, not to give away any ideas or anything. What would keep someone from bringing some of those over here or having them made here? Apparently, they're not that hard to make. And hitting the White House with a few hundred of them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, domestic terrorists would use this in a heartbeat.
And we're reaching a point where we aren't going to use planes anymore for like war. Why would you? Why would you build a huge plane that one or two of these little inexpensive drones can fucking take out your plane. You know, it's have a plane fly into a swarm of those, and you're fucking toast. You can't shoot them down.
No, I don't know what. I have heard that there are rounds that are being developed that are a scattergun approach to delivering dense metal. I don't know if it's depleted uranium. I don't know what it is.
They'd have to do something.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a cluster bomb effect, but I have no idea. You know, do you just have a flying net?
Yeah,
Catch these things like they're tuna?
Probably not a bad idea. You know, it's just we are reaching a point technologically that is just absolutely crazy. I mean, it's nuts. I mean,
yeah, it is. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Hang on one second. Let's check this. I watch this shit and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? Because it's absolutely insane.
Drones are very likely the same type of drones that were used in the record-breaking Shenzhen Bay Park light show that was done that shattered tons of Guinness Book of World Records for 10,197 drones that were flying through the air, creating complex images in the sky. There are actually 2 world records that they broke. The world records that include the most drones airborne simultaneously from a single computer and also the largest aerial image created by drones. Now, obviously, these specific drones were made for entertainment. They have lights built into them. They could also be used for military applications. For example, the ability to control thousands of small, cheap, and agile drones simultaneously from a single computer is a technological feat that could lead to very serious consequences if used in the right way. Now, these things are controlled by a combination of onboard systems and remote swarm artificial intelligence, which allows them to maneuver at high speeds of up to 120 miles per hour and over, which means unless you have some sort of EMP technology or you've got some sort of energy technology that can spread load and take a lot of these things out at one time, you have a real problem on your hands if you were trying to defend, say, a large naval vessel. I will say, however, they do come in a lot of pretty colors. Although imagine if every one of those lit up drones was carrying an M67 fragmentation grenade, say, for example. That would change the game significantly, wouldn't it? I think these drones, like all other technologies, capable of doing some incredible things if it's in the hands of the right people. Now, that being said, it's a tool. It can be used for good, and it can be also used for evil. Depends on who the individual is or the entity that's in control of it.
Let me put it this way.
So let that be a lesson to you.
That's right. In World War I and World War II, and I've heard several people explain it like this. It was like they didn't want us there. They wanted our weapons there. We just happened to carry them. And this eliminates the need for the boots on the ground. Why would you have the boots on the ground when you can have the drones in the air? They're more agile. And I saw an example where the drone used AI, recognized an enemy combatant, and it flew up and just blew up like right next to him. It was like, hey, boom. And why do you need a military anymore except like ship this shit there? You know, you don't really need a military. You actually need a supply chain to or near the area. That's all you need.
At some point, though, I think you would need boots on the ground. At some point, whether it's for mopping up, I don't know. I mean, and a lot of it depends on the defense mechanisms that are created to thwart these efforts of the drones. You know, do we have drones fighting drones in space? 50 feet up off the ground. I would think that becomes an inevitability.
Yep.
I can use AI in order to say, okay, you find anybody who's flying into this space at an accelerated speed that appears to be aggressive towards our troops, destroy it. Are there signals that they emit, transmitters of some kind that they can say, this is a friendly, this is not? I think they have it on aircrafts, and it's not a large item. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Hang on 1 second. Word from our sponsor.
Introducing the Liberty Laptop, your gateway to online anonymity. Engineered with your privacy in mind, the Liberty Laptop comes equipped with cutting-edge security features, ensuring that your data remains yours and yours alone. No more worries about your personal information being shared without consent. Say goodbye to prying eyes and third-party snoops. Enjoy your online freedom with advanced privacy settings, protecting your every digital move, all at your fingertips. With the Liberty Laptop, you control what others see and don't see. We customize your privacy settings and let only what matters most to you be shared. No more concerns about unwarranted surveillance. We put the power back in your hands. No unwanted access through the laptop's camera and microphone. Powered by the latest technology, the Liberty Laptop ensures performance while respecting your personal boundaries. The Liberty Laptop. Your control. Your privacy. Your world. Visit calyxsolutions.io to experience true personal freedom today.
And at least I'm back. What's going on, everybody? All right. I want to jump into something. Actually, let me bring this up. All right. Everyone knows what I have been saying over and over again. There will be local currencies, right? And I mean digital currencies. On my morning drive this morning, I was listening to the Big 550 KSDK, and I heard an interview or an ad. I think it was an interview because it'd be really long for an ad. That this Saturday in Maplewood, Missouri, that on November 29th, you can swing over to this one place over in Maplewood and you can get some Maplewood bucks, right? Where you, if you sign up, they give you $10 in Maplewood bucks. And as they were saying it, they were also explaining how hopefully next year this will be digital, where they can send you, if using geolocation and probably Apple Pay. People have no idea what Apple is rolling out next year. Think of an app store except for currencies. That's what they're rolling out. where Calyx Solution could offer a coin on the Apple coin page or whatever, and you can launch it right on their platform. But of course, with Apple, you'll have to apply. They'll have to make sure you're legit or legit, and then, but that's where we are going. Where in your Apple Wallet, if you're in a certain area, Maplewood could airdrop you fucking Maplewood bucks. It was like, we have geolocated you and we noticed that you're in Maplewood or near Maplewood. Let's drop you some fucking Maplewood bucks. And if you use them, you can earn Maplewood bucks. It's a city reward. It's your airfare points for Maplewood.
Right. That's a smart business move.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what I notice is when they're like, well, hopefully next year this will be digital. Because right now it's, let me bring this up real quick. Right now it's, that's what a Maplewood buck looks like. Yeah, woo. But
it looks like Land O'Lakes butter.
Yeah, it does. Come get your butter.
They removed the indigenous princess.
Yes.
I that used to be my go-to butter, and I refused to buy it. Refused.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Are they communist?
They woke.
Oh, are they woke? What the hell? Leave the butter alone, man.
Adios.
Fucking butter.
AMF. Adios, my friend.
Yeah, adios, my friend. Yeah, it's this is an example because as soon as they said, hopefully next year this will be digital, I knew exactly what they meant. It's they know, because as the user interfaces actually become a lot easier, because I mean, think about it. All right. You could send, you could actually partner with Maplewood and say, hey, if you guys add me to your list of participating companies, I'll accept a few of these tokens. And then if Maplewood smart, they could actually back Bitcoin with friggin' Bitcoin or treasuries. And then they could issue coins off of an actual back. And that's not unconstitutional. It's absolutely constitutional for a local municipality to offer a incentive coin, and that's where we are going. I mean, right now you and I are out in Arnold, Missouri. Why wouldn't they have an Arnold coin, where if you shop in Arnold, you earn Arnold rewards? And it's this is the future. I mean, everyone's gonna have every type of coin they can freaking imagine out there. Wally coin, Amazon coin, everyone's going to have a reward coin, and everyone will have several different reward wallets. on their friggin' cell phone. And that's where we are going. Now, let's get to this serious shit. You and I had a conversation last night on these new AI laptops. I did a little research last night, and like you kind of said yesterday, they're not really letting you opt out. So you get what you get, and that's it. That's why you and I and our team are working on a new product that eliminates that. Because according to my research, all operating systems are doing this. All of them. And that's why we are going to roll out what we are going to roll out. And you've really looked in, you and our team have really looked in on this. Can you kind of explain what is really being implemented and not really given a way out?
Yeah. AI has been integrated into operating systems by both of the big dogs. Apple and Microsoft have integrated AI into their operating systems for some time. Apple's it's Apple Intelligence, and it's in there, and there's not much that we can do about it. They've had it in the background for several years. Microsoft has been doing it, and they have Copilot, and we can turn Copilot off. But now they're coming out with Copilot Plus, and we can't turn that off. We have not put out any laptops that contain Copilot Plus to this point. And it's okay for crypto laptops. There's going to come a time when they can flip a switch and kill your machine. But there is an alternative, and that is using the operating system from Linux. Linux doesn't have AI incorporated. The Linux system will operate without artificial intelligence engaged. And so if for some reason you find that they have shut down your computer, which I find really hard to believe that they would do that, but you'll be able to restore your wallets and gain access to your exchanges by using a laptop that has a Linux system. There's two that we think are pretty darn good. One of them is called Mint. It's Linux Mint. The other is Ubuntu. Ubuntu has been around for a long time, and there's Ubuntu Pro. You have to be, if you know DOS, if you some of us programmed in DOS. It was like having the stack of cards for Fortran. You would be comfortable with Ubuntu. Mint is a distribution that's comparable to, the experience is comparable to operating in a Windows environment. It's pretty simple, straightforward stuff. You just don't get complicated with it. All you really want to do is open up a browser. And that browser will allow you, to access exchanges. That browser will allow you to interact with your Exodus wallet or Coinami wallet or your Trezor.io or Ledger.com/Ledger Live the interface and the web-based interface for those wallets. All of that would be available. Now you would just have to be using an Exodus wallet that is the Linux version and not the DOS version, not the Windows version, and not Apple. But at some point, and this is more on the Liberty laptop side of things, you're gonna, if that's the road that you've taken, you probably want to be migrating to a Linux operated Liberty laptop, because AI is not going to be in there at all. And Ben had mentioned in the past, they're not looking for AI to learn your behaviors within the four walls of their business. They're looking to learn your behaviors resident on that machine. So it's a local AI operator that's going to be used. So, yeah. So we got this coming.
Yeah, it's as I was researching last night on, because I thought, all right, how do we get around this? And you literally can't. It's you cannot use Apple or Microsoft and not have this. They won't let you. So what we are rolling out will actually be a completely the user interface will resemble what you're used to. And we're also rolling out other ways of doing this other than what we offer right now. Because
so what he's getting at is it's not going to be just laptops.
Yeah.
We're going to be moving, and this is going to take place before the Linux machine becomes available. Is we're going to be offering tablets. So,
because tablets are easier to roll out than what we're doing with the actual laptops.
Right. And So we got some work going on here.
This is what I've explained in the past. As AI comes in, this is not a helper. This is there's a reason. There's a reason that OpenAI raised whatever it was, like $3 trillion or like $1 trillion or something. It isn't because they aren't going to make that money back. They are, and then some. Because AI, and you and I actually talked about this last night, AI will lie to you.
Oh, yeah.
It will flat out lie to you. And then when you asked it why it lied, it basically says, well, I wanted to make you feel more comfortable, or I wanted to offer an answer to you even though it was a lie.
I'm sorry. That sounds like Satan.
Yeah. You're a digital Satan. Thank you. It's
like your 13-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. They'll lie right to your face. And we've had, I know some of you have heard this, but there was a test that was run. A company ran a test. I can't remember who it was that did it. They had an AI agent, and they gave it access to their emails. And within the bank of emails, there was a decision maker. There were a couple of decision makers who had compromising emails included in their packet, and the thought was, at some point, we're going to interject a decisioning point that's going to impact the AI agent, and what will it do with the information that it has gained in the past. And one of those packets of information about one of the decision makers identified that he had had an extramarital affair. Well, they get to a decision point with the product, the IT system, and say, we're no longer going to use artificial intelligence. And at that point, the AI agent started scrambling for its life. It attempted to extort a decision to keep it going from the guy who, quote unquote, had the extramarital affair. It was not operating in the best interest of mankind. It was operating in the best interest of its continued existence. Yeah. So
they are.
That's what it learned from mankind.
This is how I see this rolling out. We now have a new branch of government, AI, because the corporations that run the government are now just going to be able to create reality on a whim. It's because they're already implementing marketing into the AI, where instead of it saying blah 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 can of soda, it says blah 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 Pepsi. And if you ask it a question, it will somehow use one of their advertisers in the answer. It was like, what's a good restaurant around us? Well, the one that I recommended, blah, 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 blah. And it's on your phone. And remember, these are agents. So you're eventually going to view this as your personal assistant, your helper. Hey, could you send an email to such and such and say blah blah blah, and it will just send the email. And then if you're, what should I do this evening? I feel like I'm really bored. Oh, head down to Happy Joe's Hot Dogs, and they have live music, and I'm really receiving reports that it's a really happening place right now. They are going to manipulate you using whoever hired them to do marketing in the AI. Because let's just put it this way. AI is basically Google without the other options on the page. All right. You aren't going to scroll down and go, oh, that's the one I'm looking for. No, AI is going to give you one answer and go, that's your answer. So it's okay. All right, guys and gals, we got to wrap this up. All right, we have a show in about an hour. Patrick, could you lay out exactly what we got going on this week?
Oh boy, yeah, we're looking at a number of bits of information. The WhatsApp worm is out there now. It's affecting folks in South America, and it's going to be coming to a place near you in the not too distant future. We're talking about Coinbase, their walleting procedures. They're making a big change there. Vitalik Buterin has some cautionary words for the world. And there were some folks there was a cat who hacked Musk and Bezos and a bunch of other celebrities not too long ago. Well, it's time for payback for him. And then I want to talk about electricity theft that's taking place in the Pacific Rim. So again, a number of interesting topics to go over. Oh, and the DoorDash breach. That's right. So we got a number of interesting topics to discuss today.
Awesome. Well, everyone have a great day, and hopefully you'll join us. And if you're interested in information or whatever on our laptops, give us a call or check out our website. It's www.calixsolutions.io, and our telephone number is 702-845-8276. Give us a call or send us a text. Love you guys. We will see you in about an hour on our Calix Solutions.
Yep. Thanks for watching, folks.
Bye-bye.
Introducing the Liberty Laptop, your gateway to online anonymity. Engineered with your privacy in mind, the Liberty Laptop comes equipped with cutting-edge security features, ensuring that your data remains yours and yours alone. No more worries about your personal information being shared without consent. Say goodbye to prying eyes and third-party snoops. Enjoy your online freedom with advanced privacy settings, protecting your every digital move, all at your fingertips. With the Liberty Laptop, you control what others see and don't see. We customize your privacy settings and let only what matters most to you be shared. No more concerns about unwarranted surveillance. We put the power back in your hands. No unwanted access through the laptop's camera and microphone. Powered by the latest technology, the Liberty Laptop ensures performance while respecting your personal boundaries. The Liberty Laptop. Your control. Your privacy. Your world. Visit calixsolutions.io to experience true personal freedom today.